East Auckland Fantasy League, welcome back to the Keeper Prediction Show of 2025. We are East Auckland Fantasy League Worldwide, joined by Sam from Wellington, me
Hello.
from the Gold Coast, and the former commissioner, all the way from San Francisco, Jason Kim. Welcome, Jason.
Hello. Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you so much for
This
taking the
time-
time to join us.
Yeah, fucking great to
Thanks
have
for
you,
having
brother.
me.
Let's dive into the Keeper predictions for 2025. Who do we want to start with, team? Should we start with Ryan?
I mean, I'm just looking at the top. I go from the top down, and Jason's up the top. So.
All right, let's start with Jason. I guess we're not predicting his, as he's like choosing his ones.
Yeah,
Who are you thinking, Jason?
it's a bunch of hot trash.
Well, my favorite part about Jason's keepers, no matter what. So if you're watching this, you're looking at the keeper value. Everyone's keeper value is listed here. We all know this information now, and we've all got this information going forward. My favorite part about Jason's keepers is the fact that he cannot spend any more than $11, no matter how he does it.
He's going to have a lot of money in the draft, but he's got a lot of things to get.
I mean, what was your record last year, Jason?
I was not a playoff record.
Was not a playoff record, and looking at your team, I'm absolutely not surprised at that.
Yeah.
Your highest,
We've got a lot of cash to spend.
you do have the cash. Your highest values are it's Tyrone Tracy, running back for the New York Giants at $4, and Jalen Warren, running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers at $4.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Tyrone Tracy. We'll go David and Njoku, tight end, $3, lock it in. Top 5 tight end, I reckon, this year.
Has to
And
be.
it's good to lock it down, and you don't have to worry about it in the draft. It's just like one less position to focus on. And I'll probably go Jordan Love for $1.
You go okay. I was wondering who your quarterback will be because I like Justin Herbert this year, and I think him for $1 could be an absolute steal. But quarterbacks it's such a tough one to pin down. I find quarterbacks and keepers for me always just feel like you're keeping your onesies, which I guess leaves you completely open to anything else in the draft and what's available, which is kind of cool.
It's kind of good to lock down like those quarterbacks and tight ends though, because then you're not actually worrying about them in the draft. One person I would consider as well is Jalen Warren. He might be the RB1 for Pittsburgh.
He was just not fun at all to have on my team last year. It was very frustrating.
Well,
We'll get like 9 carries, very efficient, but that's it. It was like 5 points, maybe 1 catch, no touchdowns.
yeah, and he's the kind of guy
He's
that
going to be sharing that backfield too.
well, he could step up into the role, but yeah, you do have immediately forgotten his name. The rookie, Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson's in Pittsburgh as well, and you don't know how that is going to be split. You would hope that Warren gets a bit more of the work, but we just don't know how it's going to be split there. So the guy that I was looking at that maybe you might want to keep as a flyer is Josh Downs. Certain analysts have him as being a breakout candidate this year. Daniel Jones is officially the starter, which means their pass catchers are actually going to do something. And for $1, he could be a sneaky wide receiver too for $1.
All in all, maybe $10 max in the draft, which leaves them with $190 to spend.
So if any of those RB1s, if any of Bijan, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, if any of those three end up out there, then, you've got them. Yeah, I feel like they might as well. I don't know for sure, but, let's move on. Let's go with the second on the list, which is Ryan. There you go, Kane. You get to go and, you get your second pick, your first pick second, sorry, I should say. So,
I think we're ruling out Gibbs here, right? Second year keeper, $83. That's probably overspending.
It depends on how good you think he's going to be. I mean, if you go back to our previous drafts, the top running back available goes for $80-ish.
I think it was around the 75 because we found out the wide receiver ones last year. Max was $69. No one was prepared to pay over that.
Well, I think that was partly just for humor value as well. Yeah, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and was it Amon-Ra that all went for 69? Within like 4 or 5 picks of each other as well, which was awesome. But I mean, previous years, Christian McCaffrey has gone for, 75, 80 plus. Kane, you drafted Marshawn Lynch for like $95 that time.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. And I'll have you know that Chris drafted Shady McCoy for more than that a few
Exactly.
years later.
Like top running
That's
backs
true.
have gone for that much. I guess for Ryan, it's a question of do you feel like Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a top 3? Because like that's what you're paying for. You're paying for a top 3 running back on the season.
This is what I would do if I was Ryan. Sutton for 11, Evans for 19, Waddle for 10.
I am so out on the Miami offense as a whole this year. Like I do not like Miami.
Nothing?
I'm not paying for anyone. Like $10 maybe. Maybe he's a wide receiver too, but I don't think he's got upside. I just don't think that Miami offense is. I don't like it. All the reports I'm hearing out of camp at the moment are that things do not look good in Miami. And two is one injury. He's one more concussion away from being gone for the season. And look how that worked out for everyone last year. Like it was trash.
Yeah, but you got Quinn Ewers there now throwing bombs.
Who's Quinn
who's
Ewers?
the backup?
Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers are the backups at Miami. Mega Quinn.
They're all mega.
So yeah, looking at Ryan's roster, like
I
unfortunately,
think Waddle should be the number one, regardless if the Miami's going to do all well. They still got to throw the ball to someone.
Yeah, they do. I mean, at $10,
You've seen that without Tua. It's not pretty.
we saw that last year several times without Tua.
You
It's
think they
not
rectified that problem though?
Well, they did with Zach Wilson. They should have gone for like Joe Flacco or something.
Nah,
Like every team needs a Joe Flacco.
Every team needs a Joe Flacco. Every team needs a. He's got to be, like he's what?
He's
30. He's got to be
He's in
close
his
to
40s.
40.
He's like 41, eh?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is the oldest active player in the league at 41. We discovered that on the last episode, and Joe Flacco can't be that far behind.
He's 40.
He's 40. There you go. Yeah, a 40-year-old former Super Bowl champion. How many of those are kicking around to be on your team?
Not a lot.
I'd rather have Joe Flacco than Russell Wilson. I'll say that.
Just a distraction.
Yeah, Ryan's keepers are quite tough. Aaron Jones could be good at $11. Cortland Sutton could be good at $11. Mike Evans could be good as well at 19. I do like Tampa, so yeah. But Josh Allen at 4, I think keeping a quarterback at $44, 40 plus is just he might be. He's probably going to be the quarterback one again, Josh Allen, but that's too much for me. But maybe he goes Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, and Mike Evans.
So, what on a side note, which means he'll be available in the draft, Josh Allen. So,
yeah, I mean, but how much? I mean, thing is, he could potentially go for $40 in the draft as well. And I guess that's all right. Let me ask you guys this question: how do you look at your keepers? Do you look at it as his value? For example, Josh Allen's $44. Do I like him enough to want him? And do I think he'll go for that much in the draft? If I think he'll go for more, then I'll keep him. Is that your line of thinking, or is it just more about value and roster building and positional advantage?
column A, column B. All variables put together.
Thank you for your incredible insight there, Kane. Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you're like, oh, I mean, that's just too good to pass up. And then in terms of value, in terms of the discount you get. But then if you chase the value, you end up with a team where you're like, I actually don't like any of these guys. Like, they're all like, I got them for below what I had on my little sheet, but I fucking hate all of these guys.
Yeah.
I can't believe I have to watch this.
Yeah. Like, you don't actually have any studs, any top tier players that you're like, yes, I'm happy watching him score this many points every week.
And you do all this prep and you start to like fall in love with certain players, and then you want to kind of end up with at least one or two of them. But if you just follow the chart, you might just not end up with any of them when you look longing.
Because you're too busy looking for value and ending up with $25 left at the end of the draft.
Hey, true. I think Ryan's in for a very running back heavy draft. If just looking at it and what I would do.
Yeah, I think there's every chance that he does keep Jahmyr Gibbs because, again, I do feel like maybe he goes for a little bit less than that, depending on who's available. If there are more running backs available in the draft, then there's every chance that they go for slightly less. But whereas if if Dylan keeps Bijan, whoever has, I think Ben has Saquon, whoever has Saquon keeps Saquon, and, Jameer Gibbs is the clear top back available, then maybe he goes for a little bit more.
Sharma's got Saquon.
All right, moving on. We'll move on to next team. We'll try and get all the players in the thing properly in the display. And just Nick has some decisions to make, because Nick's got there you go, we'll do that. That's actually way easier. Get out. Sorry, there are things popping up that shouldn't be popping up, because Nick has 3 players on his entire roster that are worth more than $2. So what do you do?
That's the question mark. If he does keep London and St. Brown, does he want to spend $100 on 2 players?
You're spending $100 on 2 wide receiver ones.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra's been the wide receiver 3 the last 2 years straight, and Drake London has been top 14 at least the last 2 years. So
with a better quarterback this year, hopefully
with a better offense as a whole this year as well.
That could be 50 points just between the two of them as a starting point as you build the team
every week. Yeah, I mean that's half your roster, but half your auction value gone. But then if you can get a couple of discounts here or there, get a couple of cheap rookies, you do have to work on your roster building. But $100, that's wide receiver 1 and 2 locked down for the season, right?
He'll have to dig deep into his vibes to find some value draft picks there.
Yeah. Well, whoever else he keeps off his roster as a value, because he's not keeping Rashee Rice, because Rashee Rice he's been suspended 6 weeks now, right? Has Rice been suspended yet?
I think he's only suspended for 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
And it's not till week 4 or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I thought it was more. I'm surprised that
first half of the season.
I am surprised that Rice is still at the value that he was a couple days ago when we posted these, but I think looking at the rest of Nick's roster, if you had to keep any other player, I think it's Tank Bigsby. I think he's the one that's most likely to be able to. I mean, it depends on how he feels about them Cowboys as well.
Yeah, it's either Tank or Williams. You'd think he would go with his boy Williams, but he is the RB1 in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, it's a gross RB1 though.
That's a gross RB1. Yeah, that's what I would do. Williams, London, Brown.
Jason?
I'd go Tank.
I think I'd go Tank as well. Seeing last year, they do have Bashal Tootin in.
I love that name.
Bashal Tootin.
Bashal Tootin.
It's a great name.
Tootin, good weed.
Tootin my horn. Kane, we'll move on to Kane next. Somehow the values for Rashad Bateman, Michael Penix, and Marshawn Lloyd all got cleared, but I'm pretty sure they're all $1. So, but yeah, you've kind of got an interesting decision because you've got a lot of mid-tier prices for mid-tier players.
I found out that Chase Brown and Chuba Hubbard are both Canadian.
What?
So I'm going with my Maplebacks, and my third keeper is up for debate.
Fair enough. I mean, Chase Brown 36, Chuba 22. Lamar's in the same boat as Josh Allen is, where do you want to keep the top quarterback for that kind of money? I kind of like JSN at 26. I feel like that could be, if he performs the way that I feel like a lot of people are expecting him to, that could be an absolute steal for a wide receiver one.
Well, that's it. So Maplebacks locked in, but it's between Lamar, Kenneth Walker, JSN, or even Sam Laporta for 12.
I would lean JSN. That would be if I were you, that's what I'd be doing. That's what, 36, 62, $84. You've got RB1, 2, and wide receiver 1 locked up with $110 still to spend in the draft. You can still go out and get a top tier guy and fill out the rest of your roster. I would be stoked with that decision.
Yeah, well, yeah, still decided on the third one, but that's the way I'm leaning anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you flex a running back, or would you want a receiver?
I think that's see how the draft goes. It's how the draft falls, I would say.
So you would be perfectly happy to start Kenneth Walker as your flex.
I would have like a big board, and I'll just go off my big board for value.
I think you're mishearing Jason's question there, Kane. Like, if you kept your 3 running backs, I guess
I'll definitely flex. Yeah, I'll definitely flex running back.
Yeah, would you be happy flexing Kenneth Walker over JSN in a half PPR?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be all good.
Yeah. I guess I look at Kenneth Walker and his injuries the last few years as well, which is why, and JSN's now like the clear number 1 guy in Seattle with both Metcalf and Lockett gone. Like, Sam Darnold did great things for Justin Jefferson. I feel like he can do those things for JSN as well. So that's my thinking.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Maybe he's trying to deke us all, and maybe he doesn't actually keep Chase Brown.
No, because your team name is going to be I Chase Brown People. Is it not?
It's a good team name, isn't it?
That is a good team name. That is great gear from you, Jason. Love it. All right, we'll move on because yours is pretty. Yeah, we've got there. We'll move on to Alex Sharma. The second.
He's a wild card.
The second GOAT of the league. You got to keep Saquon at 62. I think. If I'm Alex, I'm looking at that going
100% taking Saquon at 62. That is one of the best values in the draft.
That's crazy.
Easy, yeah. He was RB1 last year. Every chance he goes RB1 this year again. I know a lot of people have Bijan first, but Barkley's up there. That's crazy value. Yeah, for the potential RB1, that's crazy. So he did have over 400 touches the entire last season. So you worry about overuse, but he's only
ride or die.
He's 27, 28 now. He's not that old.
He's too good. He's hitting prime.
Yeah.
All right, you keep Saquon. That one's easy. What do you do after that?
The question for Sharma is, do you just keep Titans players? Because Ridley for 11 and Pollard for 8 are great values, but do you trust Tennessee offense?
Do you like Tennessee in the start of this rebuild with Cam Ward? I mean, Cam Ward's been okay. He's been he is a number 1 overall pick. He should make the offense better as a whole.
Should make the offense better. I would consider Diggs here as well. I would consider.
I wouldn't.
Maybe Kittle for 22.
Yeah, I was going to ask Jason how you feel about. What's the feeling around Patriots wide receivers at the moment?
I think the Patriots are going to be a much better team in real life, but I don't think, from a fantasy perspective, the receiving game is going to be one that you want a lot of shares in.
Do you think? How would you feel about Drake May as a fantasy quarterback? Then do you think he's going to be fine for real football, but not good for fantasy?
He was wide receiver 12 the last 8 weeks of the season. I mean, quarterback 12.
He runs, so that's the big thing.
Yeah,
he gets rushing yards. He'll score on the ground, but it will be pretty low volume, I think.
Right.
And the offensive line is still a work in progress.
Fair. So you don't think, as far as bumping up his receivers, you don't think that's a wise thing to invest in?
I think you could probably get one good, usable fantasy receiver. Maybe it's Stephon Diggs for $8. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
maybe it's Kyle Williams.
It could be Kyle Williams.
Maybe it's Hunter Henry. Maybe Hunter Henry has a good year at tight end.
Could be Pop Douglas. It's been turning heads.
That's always
okay. With that information, maybe Barkley, Kittle, and Ridley.
I do agree with you, Kane, on the Titans. Tony Pollard's $6, and I forget where he finished last year, but that is because Tajay Spears just got injured again, I think.
He did, so he's going to be the bell down.
Yep, the bell down, the bell cow.
Bell cow back, yeah.
What
bow down.
The bow down.
Tony Pollard ran too hard and he bell down.
At the 8-yard line.
I think Sharma is definitely one to keep a tight end. He likes the double tight end, so he might double.
He does like a 2 tight end.
So he might hold on to Andrews, go back in for You might keep both tight ends.
Oh yeah, and Andrew Kittle Barkley keep. That would be quite
Yeah,
on point.
Would be on brand.
On brand, Sharma.
That is an absolutely bold claim. I wouldn't. There's no way that I could keep Kittle and Andrews.
No, I think he keeps Ridley too, right?
I think he will keep Ridley.
Yeah.
For $11, that's really good.
Yeah, if he steps up and if that you are taking a punt on that offense stepping up as a whole, like that's it. If it steps up, wonderful, you've got yourself a value. If it doesn't, and Cam Ward-is a rookie, then But $11 is
keeper. Kittle, Pollard, Diggs, maybe Andrews as well.
Do you think Montgomery's going to have a role in Detroit like he did last year as Roma Dunze?
Oh, he's got Montgomery?
Yeah, he's got
I would change it to that. Yeah, okay, that's it. Barkley, Ridley, Montgomery.
I think I feel like Montgomery would be a bigger risk. Well, maybe not. I mean, yeah,
it's a top 5 offense, right? Still? Without...
They lost their center. They lost their offensive coordinator. Like, that offense will look different, and you don't know if the running game is now going to be what it was last year when David Montgomery was kind of a 1A, 1B, right, between Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, that's a really tough thing to predict right now.
They could throw it more. They've got 3 good weapons in the passing game.
They do. They could throw it more. Exactly. David Montgomery might end up being a bit more left out this year because I don't know what his contract is like, but let's have a look, see.
And Gibbs got 16 touchdowns last year. If you've got David Montgomery, you want the touchdown upside. But...
Yeah. I was just having a quick look at Spot Rag to see David Montgomery's contract because I think that plays an important part. If Montgomery's on,
follow the money.
Yeah. Let's see. So he's signed. Oh, he's a free agent. Oh, okay. He must have signed that quite recently because he's not a free agent until 2028.
Extension?
Got money? Well, there you go. They're going to use him if that's the case.
So it looks like he got given a 2-year potential out after this year, but looks like he got given a 2-year extension pretty recently.
Decisions to make for you, Sharma.
How curious. Absolutely. Big decisions. Yeah, that definitely throws a wrinkle because he's still in their long-term plans, David Montgomery. So how curious. Righto, let's move on to the reigning champ, Dallas. And Dallas has a lot of money on his roster, as you might expect, being the former champion. You have James Conner at 28. You have Joe Burrow for 23. Terry McLaurin's 43. Justin Jefferson 62. Devontae Adams 46. Bucky Irving 37. A lot of guys there taking up a reasonable amount of auction cap space. That is.
You're keeping Bucky. You're keeping JJ.
Yeah,
that's $100 right there. To be fair, I don't think Bucky delivers an RB1 like the RB1 season, but he is definitely like top 10. And Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, you keep a running back.
Yeah, you keep a running back that is going to be starting. But what do you do with number 3?
Well, how much money does he want for the draft? That's the question.
You've spent, if you keep Bucky and JJ, that's $100. You've got 100 left. You've still got to fill out your roster.
And then I think it's maybe one of these $1 guys. Like I was thinking Mixon for 3, as he's the number 1 in
Houston.
Houston, yep.
Yeah, I don't know what his injury situation's like, but I know he is injured.
Do you keep Burrow for 23?
I would. I think I would.
You keep
that would leave him with like $75 in the draft.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you've got your QB1, RB1, and wide receiver 1 slot filled out. So $75, you've still got enough to make a couple of, you're making upside picks at that point. Like you're not.
Right, but those are great keepers. If so, those are where most of your points are coming from.
That's true.
You can get a starting running back for $20. You can get a starting receiver for $20. Yeah. Still got $30 left.
Yeah. I do feel like you're aiming with that kind of budget. You're aiming a lot more for upside players. Players that have changed teams or changed coordinators or coming back from injury who may rookies, who may be able to provide something, but they are uncertain, hence a lower price. Maybe you like Jacoby Myers for $6, and that's your wide receiver 2 right there.
True, he is a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I mean, he is the guy in Las Vegas, right? With a better quarterback and a better offense as a whole. I mean, they have Brock Bowers, but Jacoby's still the wide receiver 1 on that team.
Could be good value for $6.
I think if you wanted to save some money, then that'll be a good way to go.
So we're saying definitely JJ, definitely Bucky, and then a question mark for his number 3 keeper.
Yeah, I think Bucky and JJ is an easy one too. Like, yes, it's expensive, but that's some of the, Justin Jefferson is one of the best at 62. That's, no-brainer.
Which means people like Devontae Adams is going to be available in the draft. Terry McLaurin's going to be available in the draft. Don't know what he's doing with his contract situation. James Conner available in the draft.
Yeah, a couple of guys there. Right, moving on to Christopher Wong. We'll
He's got some decisions to make.
I am so surprised that Devon Achane must be. He's a second-year keeper. That's why he's more expensive. $70. No, thank you on Achane.
No, he's not keeping second years.
No.
Maybe Jonathan Taylor, but I think you can get him cheaper in the draft for 58.
You think so?
Jonathan Taylor for 58?
I think he's keeping Brock Bowers.
Yeah, it'll be Bowers, maybe Wilson.
I think Pittman's going to come back too. That's what I would say. Wilson, Pittman, Bowers.
Brock Bowers, again, just keeping a onesie for $40. That's so much money for me. That's
set and forget tight end for the whole year. Like, doesn't even have to think about it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He's probably going to be the most targeted receiver in that Raiders offense too.
Oh, I mean, if last year's anything to go by, then yes, absolutely. It's just a lot for me to keep, at a onesie position for $40 for a fifth. 20% of your draft has gone on one position, one player.
Other ones I would consider maybe Olave for $6 because Saints are going to be throwing it a ton.
Who's throwing it?
Well, good point. Good question. Garrett Wilson's a really tough one with Justin Fields there in New York now as well. I mean, I don't love Justin Fields as a thrower, trying to keep up a wide receiver 1. I mean, I had George Pickens last year, and let me tell you how well that went when Justin Fields was throwing to him.
Not great.
No. Spoiler alert. But I mean, Bowers and Jonathan Taylor, again, that's $100 right there. So maybe it is Bowers, Taylor, and then, a value pick, a Michael Pittman. Maybe you like Kareem Hunt as a backup for $1. Maybe Chris Olave. I don't know if I wouldn't keep Garrett Wilson personally. I don't know how much I like the Jets offense as a whole. But at
$25, this is a guy who was going for like 60 plus just last year.
Yeah, and before Devontae Adams turned up in New York, to be fair, with Aaron Rodgers throwing to him, he was having a really good start to the season before Devontae came in and took over that team.
They're going to manufacture looks for him, and the other thing to consider here is name another Jets wide receiver.
Alan Lazard.
One was hard. And
Point made.
Justin Fields last year with the Bears, DJ Moore had 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns.
That was 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, but yes, you're right. That DJ Moore season.
But he can support one fantasy receiver.
I think he could support one. Yeah, 25 is good value for him, I think, too.
Was Arthur Smith the problem in Pittsburgh then? Because it was Arthur Smith last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah. I heard earlier this season that Pittsburgh ran a 4 tight end formation.
They do have a lot of tight ends. What have they got? Jonnu Smith. They got
Darnell Washington.
Pat Frymuth. Darnell Washington was a second-round tight end as well.
Yeah, and then someone else. I don't know, but apparently it was 4 tight ends and 1 running back was the formation. And Jonnu Smith was in the backfield.
Fun.
So that's Arthur Smith for you. So
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, well, Chris, you got to hope that Brock Bowers just does Brock Bowers things again this year, and then I think from there you can build everything up. Well, I don't know, it depends on how good he is, but so I mean, yeah, Chris throwing out players players he'll throw out back into the draft. Achan, really the only one of note that's going to go back out into the draft from Chris's team.
Maybe.
Again, you don't want anything of the Miami offense, don't you?
I don't want any part of Devon Achan this year. Nah, not my cup of tea. Someone else can deal with that. Let's move on to Duncan.
Kickers win championships.
Yeah, kickers win championships indeed. And I think he's got a
You're keeping
decision
Daniels.
here with Jaden Daniels.
You're keeping Daniels.
Like that's
Daniels.
for $30. I mean, I've said this before about the onesies. Like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 44 and 43 respectively. Do you predict Daniels to have a sophomore slump? Do you predict him to stay as good as he was last year and improve on last year's performance? That's the question.
Listen, you want quarterbacks that can run the ball. If they run the ball, it's points on it's so many more points to be
Two
had.
positions in one.
Yeah.
So running back and a fullback.
Yeah,
I think Daniels would go for more than $30 in the draft.
I think the hype around him. I think you're right. I do think he's going to go for more than that. I don't think you're not keeping CD for 81. CD Lamb's good, but I'm not keeping CD Lamb for 81. It's too expensive.
Which means he'll be available in the draft.
If our predictions come true.
I'm thinking Daniels, Worthy for 17.
I like Jamison Williams here for 10.
I like Jamison Williams, and I like Pacheco for $9.
Yeah, Pacheco. Yeah, that's who I would do. Daniels, Pacheco, Worthy if I were Duncan.
Interesting. You would take Worthy over Jamison Williams?
Considering Ray Rice is going to be out for a period of time.
Ray Rice is out for
Ray Rice, Rasheed Rice. We're not kicking people in elevators here.
Yeah.
I think I would go the Chiefs. Worthy, Pacheco, Daniels.
Just going to confirm that Rasheed Rice suspension.
Even Alec Pierce was serviceable last year. I want to keep Alec Pierce though.
There's too many receivers.
Okay, sorry. Rice has not been suspended yet.
Was there any news on it?
No, so 6 days ago could still be suspended prior to start of regular season. September 30th is a disciplinary hearing, so the hearing's not until the end of.
You get 4 weeks.
So
he's going to be. I think he's going to miss some time.
He's definitely going to miss some time.
Yeah, if he draws it out, appeals, and then. It might not be till the start of next year.
Yeah, so I'll read you this. This is from NFL.com. NFL initially proposed a suspension of Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rasheed Rice for double-digit games, which is a basis of the league and NFL Players Association inability to agree on the length of the penalty, leading to a September 30th disciplinary hearing. So agreement on suspension length. So yeah, he could still be suspended, but they don't have long to figure that out. I feel like the later it gets, the less likely he is to be suspended. I thought he was already suspended, which is why I was surprised at his draft cost, which potentially, I mean, that might change Nick's thinking around whether he keeps Rasheed Rice.
He's also coming back from an ACL.
Yeah, true.
ACL? It was pretty bad.
It was an ACL, I think, yeah.
Would you keep Kelsey here for 4?
Which tight end do you like better? Do you like Travis Kelce? Do you like TJ Hawkinson better? It's essentially a wash as far as cost goes.
I'd take Kelsey for 4.
Kelsey for 4 seems like good value to me.
Kelsey supposedly is getting lighter and faster this season. Apparently, losing the Super Bowl lit a bit of a fire under him, so he could be a good pick this year.
No, he's too distracted.
Too busy smashing Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean,
would you not?
I would be pretty distracted as well.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's too busy filming in the next Happy Gilmore movie too.
Yeah, and with his podcast with Jason,
which he was great in, by the way.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I
Pretty
gotta
good
watch it
movie.
at some point. I don't know if I want to ruin the luster of the first one.
I watched the first one, then I watched the second one back to back. Listen, it's nothing beats the original, but it's still a good movie.
Is it an Anchorman situation like Anchorman 1? Because there were years
No,
between
Anchorman 2
Anchorman
was
1 and
pretty
Anchorman.
bad. I would
Anchorman
say,
2 was awful.
yeah, I think Happy Gilmore 2 is still a good movie.
Okay.
It's watchable.
It's still reasonable. All right, good news. So, all right, Duncan, I think we're locked in on Jaden Daniels, and then I think between the three of us, we're kind of on the fence about what happens after that. I like Pacheco and Williams because that's $50, and that's QB1. Well, yeah, and you got like your RB2 and wide receiver 2 in place. So, but you still got $150 to spend on some top guys of the positions. So, but yeah, maybe Kelsey for 4 instead of Pacheco. He's got some decisions to make. We'll move on. We'll move on to Dylan. Dylan has the second most. I think he's the second most expensive player in the draft. He's the most expensive keeper in Bijan Robinson at $86.
Taking your keeper, I don't think you're spending that.
80 again. It's do you think Bijan is going to be the number 1 on the season, and do you think that is worth like
for the same amount of money? You can have Collins and McConkey.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. Fair. And you can have a lot of people consider them both wide receiver 1s going into this season.
That's where I would go. Collins, McConkey, and
yeah, I'd go McCaffrey.
McCaffrey, that's
at 59. It's kind of
he's had a lot of capital in the draft, that's for sure.
Oh, and that's 50, 109, 100. That's 143. You've got $57 to fill out the rest of your roster, but you have wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and running back 1. If McCaffrey stays healthy, actually, if Nico stays healthy as well, he was injured last season. So, but yeah, like. If it goes well, it goes incredibly well. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, if he stays healthy, he's still Christian McCaffrey.
Looking at the rest of this teams, I would literally keep no one else.
Yeah. Maybe that's a thing.
Josh
I think anyone else. I mean, Cedric Tillman could be a flyer. Joshua Palmer's a flyer. That's it. That's it. You're keeping a $1 flyer just because you can. So yeah, really, the decision is, I think Nico and Ladder definitely for me keepers. And then what do you do with Christian McCaffrey? Essentially he's deciding, does he think Christian McCaffrey is going to stay healthy? And if you think he is, I think that's a no-brainer at that cost.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well, that was easy. Thanks, Dylan. But we can all expect to see Bijan in the draft. So, we think we're going to see Bijan Robinson. What other running backs? Devon Achane might go in the draft. Jonathan Taylor might be in the draft. Saquon's not.
Let's finish off the rest of these, and then we can kind of go through that.
I just wonder how much Bijan's going to go for. All right, Tim. Tim Shearer, Mr. Worldwide, the man who we changed the draft date for. No shade.
Yeah, you're definitely keeping Chase at 64.
Oh, you are keeping Chase at 64. That is no questions asked right there. You are keeping the number 1 receiver from last season. Nothing's changed. So, yeah.
AJ Brown, 47.
After Jamar Chase is where stuff gets difficult, I think.
So Tim's previously been very aggressive with expensive keepers.
True. It's a good point.
Kamara for 30 is not bad value.
Potentially, if you like the Saints or not. I think the Saints as a whole, like Kellen Moore, will be good for the Saints. The Saints roster will not be good for the Saints.
They still got to do things, They still
do they?
They still got to turn up and play. So I think Kamara here for $30 is somewhere I would probably go.
I mean, they could
Do you keep Chase and Brown and just spend $110 on 2 players?
I mean,
they're pretty good players.
Kyler Murray, $3. You need cheap players.
If you go Chase, Brown, and then keep Kyler as well.
J.K. Dobbins is a starting running back for the Broncos right now.
That's true. I would look at that as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be such a commitment. Or
he
he'll even keep his boy Keenan Allen for $1 maybe.
For 4 years.
Chargers Homer.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah, true. He is a third-year keeper, and he's still $1. That's great.
Hasn't tasted the open market for 4 years. That's great.
Yeah, that is. I think that is a tough decision. AJ Brown, I'm not. I feel like I'm never that bullish on AJ Brown. I don't know why, because I guess I see the Eagles as such a run-heavy team. I know AJ Brown's been good, but then when there's so many rushing touchdowns, and with between Hurt and Barkley, I just feel like he is capped as a wide receiver, AJ Brown. I know he's good, but I do feel like his ceiling is not as high as other guys that are being drafted around the same price as him.
True. You think all those touchdowns in Philly are going to either Hurts or Barkley?
Yeah,
and then you're spreading the rest across Brown, Devontae,
Dallas Goedert,
and even Dallas Goedert. Yeah.
I mean, like most teams, when you get inside the 5, you can guarantee that for 3 downs, one of those is going to be, a fade. It's going to be a wide receiver fade to the outside. And A.J. Brown catches those. But in Philly, when they get inside the 5, fuck throwing the ball. It's just fucking try and, drive it in with their offensive lines. So, goal line work, he doesn't, he might get every now and then. But yeah, I guess I'm there. That's my hesitation on A.J. Brown. But Jamar Chase is a no-brainer, obviously. Yes, what do you do after that?
If I was Tim, I'm going Chase, Alvin Kamara, Jerry Jeudy.
Interesting, Jerry Jeudy.
Or even Kyler. Jeudy or Kyler, I don't know.
Yeah, he does have some tough decisions to make there. But yeah, maybe it's just you just pick Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown, and then it's draft running back heavy after that, Yeah. Maybe that's not as difficult as we're making it out to be.
Well, he picked up J.K. Dobbins very cheap last year in the draft, so he could find someone else.
Yeah.
The next J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, that's going to be the question: is who is going to be? Who are going to be? I don't know if I feel like there won't be. If it's a cheap find, it's going to be a surprise to everyone. Like I can't identify easily who I think is going to be a value draft this year, but I also haven't looked too far into it. Right, I'm up next, and. Again, I'm in the same position as kind of Kane, where I have a lot of players at kind of a low to mid value who also might return low to mid returns. Kyren Williams at 39, I'm not going to lie to you guys, Kyren Williams is looking pretty tempting to keep again this year. A lot more tempting now.
Their contract, they're going to use them heaps.
A lot more tempting now than he was a few weeks ago. Stafford's back at practice. He scored 14 rushing touchdowns last year, like 1,200 yards. Yeah, like he's not the most exciting player to watch. Like I wish we had drafted someone faster, but they gave him a contract. They like him. They're going to use him. Sean McVay uses running backs. I wish he would catch more. That would be awesome. But like $40 and that's a running back 1 locked up, I think. So
Breece Hall has fallen off a cliff, eh?
Fuck Breece Hall.
DeAndre Swift in a Ben Johnson offense is tempting as well.
He's the one that's him and George Pickens, because of their change of scenery, those are the guys that are keeping me awake at night right now.
Just bring the band back together. All 3 keepers, run it back.
Yeah, right.
Run Williams, George Pickens, DeAndre Swift.
No,
That's
I'm
decent.
leaning. Sorry, what was that, Jason?
That's decent value. It's like $70 for all 3.
Yeah, even for second-year keepers, it's not bad value, eh?
I know. George Pickens I am fading George Pickens. I'm sure he'll be good in that offense, but like, when was the last time a Cowboys wide receiver 2 actually was good for fantasy?
I definitely think you're keeping PSL for $2. He's potentially wide receiver 1 in that San Fran offense.
I mean, he is a former first-round pick. He is the only receiver that has working legs in San Francisco right now. But San Francisco, you still have George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey that catch passes as well. So, I am I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I'm probably keeping Marvin Harrison.
Interesting.
I think
betting on the upside here.
Oh, I'm betting on the second year development. Absolutely, he's gotten bigger in the off season. He's had his off season to learn with Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray, from reports I'm hearing and interviews, he has had a bit of a like a maturity wake up call that he just needs to be better. And I think Marv's, yeah, and like if he turns into even half the receiver, even at $17 as a wide receiver too, like but the one on that team, I'm leaning Harrison, I'm leaning Williams at that price especially, and to what happens after that I'm not sure. If I want to keep value, Pearsall's in play. Jalen Hurts.
I think you keep Hurts. I think you definitely keep Hurts for 29.
I'd have to look at his points per game versus, because he was quarterback like 4 last year or something.
I thought he was like top 3, wasn't he?
No, he sat week. He got injured or he sat 1 week, so I think his points per game are up there. But
anytime you get within the 3-yard line on the goal line, he's just pushing that in.
I know, but if I can probably get Baker Mayfield for like $5 and use that $24 in the draft towards a better tight end or a better running back or a better flex player. Like, yeah, it's is there value in the points of Jalen Hurts goes? Because I don't see Hurts in the same tier as Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Like it's Allen and Jackson, then it's kind of Hurts and Daniels in the second tier for me. And I just don't know if, spending that much more on Hurts is going to return the value that money might get somewhere else in the draft. Going to get that RB1. If Bijan is available, extra $25 you can go and get Bijan could go a lot further than keeping the QB5.
Well, that's news for Knutsford's ears, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, if Jalen Hurts ends up going for that much in the draft, then I'm fine. Like, I'm fine to not keep him for that if that's what he goes for in the draft.
Oh, there's a tidbit there, team.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
So who's the third?
You guys decide. You guys think about it. Think amongst yourselves. We'll move on to Evolution. You got top end guy Puka Nacua at 58. DJ Moore at 20, and then a bunch of 10 and unders, Zay Flowers, Baker Mayfield. In fact,
well, I think we can all agree here that definitely Kyle Pitts for $1.
Draft Kyle Pitts.
Keep Kyle Pitts.
But yeah, there are some tough. Do you keep Austin Eckler for $1 now that Brian Robinson is likely gone from Washington?
Do it, Evo. Keep Kyle Pitts. You want to.
I don't love these keepers.
You're just going the wide receivers here, right? Puka, DJ, and Flowers.
Chris Godwin's on Chris Godwin's starting the season on the PUP, isn't he? So he's out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's 3 receivers for what, $90?
Pretty good receivers, if you ask me. They're all wide receiver 1s on their team.
DJ Moore is the one that I'm the most concerned about in that list.
DJ Moore for $20 is all good, though.
What did DJ Moore do last season?
He's going to play that Amon-Ra St. Brown role in that offense, right?
Maybe. Is that Odunze? Is that Odunze that does that? Last year he had 960 yards and 6 touchdowns.
In a bad offense. In a bad Shane Waldron offense.
Wow, yeah. Is Shane Waldron still? No, Shane Waldron's gone from Chicago.
I think you see the Bears offense take a leap, so... I think DJ Moore takes a better leap.
But I mean, yeah, the question is, who else do you keep there? Like Austin Eckler at $1, maybe that's a bit of a value pick.
Kyle Pitts for $1, that's a value pick.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts for $1. Travis Etienne, maybe, if you think he's going to take it over Tank Bigsby in Jacksonville, but I'm less excited by that.
That backfield is so bizarre to me. Like, why? One of them is going to be good. Potentially, both of them could be good, but they're both going for $1. It's just
no one knows. No one, like Travis Etienne. Everyone thought wasn't Etienne was like a consensus first rounder last year, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? Like why? I don't get it. No one knows why Etienne fell off a cliff.
Jacksonville happened. That's why.
Yeah, I guess last year Jacksonville were pretty bad last year. It was Doug Peterson that got fired last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that checks out.
All right, boys. I'm gonna love you and leave you.
Oh, we've still got 2 more teams to do.
We've got 2 teams.
Parental duties are here.
Can you be like...
I will see you at the draft, my friends.
Okay, bye. Sure, all right. I guess it's Jason's gonna... You and me are gonna ride this thing out.
We'll take it home.
Yeah, right.
I mean, these ones might be pretty straightforward, though.
They might be, yeah. I mean, to be... Wow, okay, now that's... Oh, God, it's changed the whole format of the fucking Facebook Messenger chat window, and now it looks really weird and uncomfortable. There's like you in the middle and then me in a smaller window in the top right. I can't, because this is just on Facebook Messenger. I don't know how to make it look
like change the size of the...
Yeah, like move things around so it gets more of a I mean, that kind of works, but even then it's all right. This is as good as we're getting, everybody. If you are watching this on if you're watching this on YouTube, then this is as good as we get for the last 5 or 10 minutes of this stream. So let's move on to Ben. Ben is it's Josh Jacobs and who else?
I mean, Tyreek Hill, but it is value at $34, but I just don't really want to be in the Tyreek Hill business for that amount of money.
Neither do I. For like any amount of money, I don't. I mean, he could be the wide receiver 1, or he could do nothing. Like, the range of outcomes for Tyreek Hill is so wide, right?
Yeah. I would look at Jerome Ford there, depending on how the Quinshon Judkins, that whole thing plays out.
Yeah, I agree. I'm surprised at Jerome Ford because he is kind of the de facto starter with Judkins. Judkins hasn't even been signed yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I think Rashad White, like, he's still in Tampa. Yes, yeah. Bucky's a guy, but Rashad White still will do something.
What about Hollywood Brown for $1? No Rashee Rice.
Well, we don't know no Rashee Rice for sure, but yeah, definitely. I mean, if that suspension comes through, then because he didn't play. Oh, he played a couple of games at the back end of the year last year, and he could be good
for $1. Why not?
I do also like how he officially goes by Hollywood Brown now. It's no longer Marquise.
I prefer Hollywood.
I do, but I feel like you also have to earn that name, and I just feel like he hasn't done enough to earn that name over the last couple of years, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, really curious decisions from Ben. Josh Jacobs is easy smash as a $42 keeper, and then fucking figure it out for the rest of your team, you know? Like, I think, Jerome Ford, yep. And then, Hollywood Brown, Rashad White. I don't keep Tyreek, but I'm not Ben, so you know. And last but what was that?
I would rather have the cash.
Yeah, absolutely. $34, that could be better spent elsewhere. Last but not least, Michael Knutsford. Couple of high-end players. Derrick Henry, James Cook, and one other. Is it 2 running backs and a receiver, or 2 receivers and a running back? Or do you keep Trey McBride?
He's got some good options. Like, he's spoiled for choice more than probably anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Devontae Smith at 15 as a wide receiver 2 in Philly is arguably pretty good. Trey McBride, top 3 tight end. You've got the first year discount of Neighbors and Brian Thomas. James Cook just got signed. Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. There are options, and I think it's really tough. You're essentially making a decision on who's going to be better. That's kind of because Neighbors and Thomas are close enough in value where, Brian, I think Thomas finished above Neighbors in the rankings, but only because Neighbors got injured for a couple of games. Who knows what the quarterback situation is like in New York? But Daniel Jones and a tomato can managed to get Malik Neighbors to a top 10 last year.
So I think what he probably will do is something like Cook, Thomas, and McBride.
Yep. I think that's where he goes as well. Lock up that tight end 1, and then Cook and Henry could potentially be a wash this year. Cook got the contract, so they're gonna play him in Buffalo. It's a good, that both offenses are just as good as each other. Cook scored 16 touchdowns last year. Derrick Henry's good, but Derrick Henry's not Derrick Henry's not twice as good as James Cook.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think you keep Cook, you save the money, you keep Thomas, and you keep McBride. I agree.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, which means, it means there are going to be a few tantalizing options out there in the draft. This is based on our predictions, of course. Malik Neighbors and Derrick Henry may be out there.
Bijan
Robinson. I know he's going to be the prize pick of the draft. Bijan Robinson, most likely.
Probably Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yep. Christian McCaffrey could be out there as well, potentially. CeeDee Lamb,
A-Chain.
Yeah, maybe even Jonathan Taylor, potentially. Hard to say. Devontae Adams is going to be... I reckon Devontae Adams will be out there. Quite a few interesting options sitting out there in the draft. And then a couple of guys who are, maybe someone like Kenneth Walker, who might be... and DK Metcalf, who might get inflated a bit because of the lack of other quality options available.
I think it'll be a pretty running back top heavy draft. Maybe not that many elite wide receiver ones.
No. Well, all the wide receivers, are pretty cheap as far as their keeper value goes. I mean, London and Amon-Ra for 100. Justin Jefferson's 60-something. Jamar Chase is staying in there. CeeDee Lamb's going to be available, I reckon, at 82 or whatever he is.
Nico Collins is going to get...
Yep. Yeah, you're right. The top receiving options will probably not be there. So this is based on our predictions. But maybe that then affects, some decisions going into the draft. Maybe for me, that's why I look at keeping a Marvin Harrison. That's why Evo looks at, keeps Puka, DJ Moore, and Zay Flower, all 3 receivers, because there just may not be the receiving talent available where there are going to be some of those running backs available. How curious. You got yourself all set up for draft day, Jason?
Yeah, I'll be right back here. It's a couple hours later.
Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
so when do we have to lock in our keepers?
We have to lock in our keepers tomorrow. So you've got, as of this recording, 26 hours and 20 minutes to lock in your keepers. Mine are locked in.
Mine are locked in, but I may change my mind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the beauty of 26 hours to think about it and change your mind. Probably 24 by the time that this gets released, because this will be... I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to fucking release,
Fucking hit it raw.
Yep, just publish it and release it. That's all we really need to do. I might just trim the start of it, but otherwise that'll be it. So, but yeah, 26 hours from now, keepers are locked. 24 hours after that, 50 hours from now, it's draft time.
Nice.
You excited?
I'm excited.
The hopium is in the air. The hopium is strong. All right, well, we'll leave you to it. We'll let you go to bed. I'm going to go and carry on my beautiful Friday afternoon. Jason, it's been a pleasure. JKim1, former commissioner, thank you for joining us on the show.
All right. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. On behalf of Kenya co-commissioner, thanks everyone. If you've made it this far, then I don't know. I was going to try and think of something funny, but I can't. If you've made it this far and you're not following, then I hope you spend... No, I've already made that joke about spending $80 on a wide receiver only to play 17 games and end up as a wide receiver 25 on the season. If you've made it this far, I hope your keepers bust. All right, thanks. Bye, everybody.